What's up, everybody? If you're watching this, you're tuning into Ludon the Movie Guy, aka one of the best movie review channels on YouTube. Actually, I'm lying. I just started this, so I think I'm pretty good though. But yeah, I'm Ludon. I'm a guy from South Florida who just really likes movies and wants to make them. So I talk about them on my YouTube channel. And if you're tuning into this series, this is a little series I like to call Movie Time. On Movie Time, I talk about movies new and old. Whatever movies catch my attention, I just talk about them. And I'm just here to get my thoughts out onto the internet, where they will stay forever. Unfortunately, or fortunately, I don't know. I might say some cool stuff occasionally that you might like or dislike. That's cool. Have your own opinion. Anyways, today we're going to be talking about the movie Mickey 17, which just came out like not even 2 or 3 weeks ago at this point. So yeah, let's get right into the review and plot synopsis time. Okay, here's the plot synopsis of Mickey 17. Basically, Robert Pattinson plays a human. Obviously. He could be an alien. You never know. Robert Pattinson plays this dude who's really down on his luck several years in the future at some point in humanity where we're colonizing other planets, basically. Robert Pattinson decides to leave Earth and go to space to be a part of the colony, but he decides to sign himself up as an expendable employee. Essentially, they send you out on all these dangerous missions and you die and constantly come back to life. You're printed out. Your body is physically printed out. You're printed every time over and over again, and he's basically just a guinea pig for all of these people in power to use and direct and point in different areas, and just he's a lab rat who's just thrown all over the place. So yeah, Mickey 17 is about this guy named Mickey who becomes a human lab rat and dies a fuck ton of times. But the kicker is, which is the main thing of the plot in this movie, after one of his iterations dies, another one comes back, or they think one iteration is dead, so they print out a new one, and now it's 2 of the same person with the same memories, both alive at the same time. So yeah, that's basically the plot of Mickey 17 without spoiling anything, because this movie is really good. Now, let me actually get into the review segment, because that was a pretty short plot synopsis, but hey, it's a pretty simple movie to explain. I'm not very familiar with Bong Joon-ho as a director, I'm not gonna lie to you. I've only seen Okja and Snowpiercer. I should really watch Parasite. It's been on the watch list for far too long. I need to cross it off. I'm sorry, movie YouTube. I will do it eventually. But from what I can tell based on this movie and based on what I've heard about his filmography as a whole, he's a filmmaker with a lot of staying power, and he comes at everything with such efficient commentary. He's really fucking good at what he does. You can tell. And this movie is filled to the brim with so many excellent elements and so many really cool things. So yeah, I really like a good chunk of this movie. There's not much in this movie that I did not like or enjoy. You know what I mean? Without spoiling much, it's just one of those movies that's so uniquely strange. It kind of worms its way into your brain and it stays there while you're watching it and continues to stay there even after it's over. First of all, I want to praise the performances. Robert Pattinson is fucking amazing as usual. I love him in literally everything he does. Robert Pattinson can do no wrong in my eyes and will never do any wrong. I love Robert Pattinson. If you can't tell already, I would kiss that man on the mouth. But yeah, I'm dead ass, by the way. In continuation of that, even though he has no lips, no homo. In continuation of that, Toni Collette, Mark Ruffalo, this movie is full to the brim of actors I just absolutely fucking love in everything they do. That seeing all these actors play off each other is so fun to watch. And this movie is fun in a nihilistic way. It's fun, yet kind of fucked up. It's a good mix of both of those things, weirdly. And that weird mixture makes for such a fucking wild ride. I couldn't really look away. But there were moments that dragged without spoiling anything. There were definitely some brief pacing issues, and I wouldn't really describe them as issues. I would just say the movie takes a little while before it gets kicked off its feet and really hooks into you as an audience member. But that's not a bad thing, because the world this movie builds is so interesting to live in that even though the pacing is kind of subpar at times, that world never didn't intrigue me. It was just some parts of the story we were going through were a bit slow. That's my only issue with it, really. Besides that, this movie genuinely feels like it could be a sci-fi classic at some point, in my opinion at least. Maybe I'm speaking too soon, could be recency bias, but I feel like this movie is so uniquely strange and so much of it just stabs into a lot of political shit that's happening in the real world. It's very clear what the message of this film is, and Bong Joon-ho, I really need to learn how to pronounce his name. I hope I'm saying it right. I'm sorry if I'm not. He seems to always do some form of social or political commentary in most of his work, and he's excellent at it. This movie hams it a bit, but it hammers it on expertly. And I'm not gonna spoil much. I would just say, yeah, Mark Ruffalo, I fucking hate you in this movie. That's all I'm gonna say. Mark Ruffalo is a detestable Mark Ruffalo is a detestable bastard. That's what Mark Ruffalo is in this movie. Mark Ruffalo can die, and I don't usually want Mark Ruffalo to die in things, but in this movie, Mark, I wanted you dead. So yeah, without further ado, I don't know why I'm introducing it so properly, but yeah, let's go to the spoiler segment / the voiceover segment. So yeah, bye handsome face me. Now it's a voiceover me. Okay, bet. Voiceover time. In all honesty, this movie is like full of just straight up biting political commentary and satire. Bong Joon-ho, I'm not sure how you pronounce Bong Joon-ho, I think is how you say it. He criticizes like capitalism and class and a lot of things like that in a lot of his movies, at least as far as I'm aware, because I haven't seen a lot of his movies, but that's pretty much what he hones in on most of the time. He's usually working in some kind of social commentary into everything he does, and it is very clear and very effective in this movie. Like really, the commentary really just comes from Mickey and how he's treated and how all of these other people treat him, especially the people in power who are controlling the entire business and the entire corporation that Mickey works for. They treat him like shit. He's just a disposable kind of animal that they don't even see as human at times, which is very fucked up. Mark Ruffalo is in charge of that whole company with his wife, who's played by Toni Collette. Mark Ruffalo essentially plays like a Trump caricature, which honestly, he does a great job of doing. His character it's not just Donald Trump, it's like a mix of all types of fucking fucked up, overly zealous world leaders from different areas of history. Mark Ruffalo just kind of embodies the worst elements of big corporations or fucking government in general. Also, I've never hated Mark Ruffalo more in my entire fucking life than I have watching him in this movie. Mark Ruffalo is also just an excellent actor in general. He is brilliant in so many things. Watch Poor Things if you haven't already. It is a very horny movie though. I would definitely say do not take your far right uncle to see this movie, because he will rant in your ear for a good hour and a half after it's over about Donald Trump. So if you have any far right relatives, don't pull up to Mickey 17 with them. Just a suggestion. It's up to you though. Besides that though, this movie, like I said, permeates with just great, excellent political commentary. And personally, you don't really need to know my political affiliation, but I don't give a fuck. I'm gonna say it in the video. I'm not a big fan of the Orange Man, if you can't really tell. So much of this movie does completely gel with me, and I feel like does completely capture the zeitgeist of what the fuck is going on right now. But besides its commentary, which is pretty much the entire point of the movie, I'm gonna get into the other elements that I really fucking love, because this movie has a lot of really good things. Like I said, a lot of these characters are just unlikable because they're supposed to be unlikable. Steven Yeun's character is also kind of slimy and grimy. You really judge the characters by how they treat Mickey, because Mickey is, yes, disposable, but people forget that he's human and kind of just treat him like a product. So with him dying and coming back over and over again, there are several scenes where several characters will sit and talk to him and be like, how does it feel like to die? And it's clearly such an insensitive question. You can tell they don't really give a fuck. They're just like, whoa, you die constantly? That's cool. Like, how does it feel like to die? It's in that one question encapsulates like almost the entire point of the movie. Steven Yeun's a dick. Mark Ruffalo is a dick. Toni Collette is a dick in this. A lot of people are assholes in this movie, not gonna lie. But Robert Pattinson, I love Robert Pattinson to death. His performance as Mickey and everything he does with the character of Mickey is great. I feel like Robert Pattinson is just really good at doing weird voices. That's just a skill he has. And he sticks out in my head, and that performance itself is really fucking memorable. He doesn't just play like one version of Mickey, he plays every single version of Mickey. And since the plot of the movie revolves around one version and another version that are both alive at the same time, the other version is kind of angry while the other one is meek. Like, the other version is physically like, why the fuck don't you get these people back? Like, these people are treating you horribly, you should kill them, where's your rage? And then the regular Mickey, it's 17 and 18. Mickey 18 is like, where the fuck is your rage? Where's your vengefulness? Don't you want revenge? And Mickey 17 is like, oh no, I don't want to do any of that. I just want to like serve my purpose and not really stir anything up. But they low-key cause a revolution, which is great. There is a good chunk of this movie where it was just straight tension. Like, I'd say the last 40 minutes to an hour of this movie, to the point where I was fully locked into the movie. There were points at the beginning where the pacing was kind of slow and it kind of lost me here and there, but as soon as it hooked me, like, it clawed down into me and kind of just kept me there. But yeah, overall, the performances in this movie carry it immaculately. I feel like Bong is just like really good at directing his actors. I can fucking tell he is, because all of his actors give such oh my god, I need to watch Parasite. Actually, I really need to watch Parasite. I don't know how I haven't seen Parasite already. I'm behind y'all. I'm sorry. But yeah, Mickey 17 overall is just one of those science fiction movies. While watching it, I can kind of feel in my brain that it's probably gonna be a classic at some point. Like, its commentary is so on the nose and so biting and so like specific to the time period we're living in that it's gonna carry on and be like a genuine. I feel like it's gonna be a genuine testament or a genuine. It just feels like it's gonna last. It's gonna stand the test of time. So I really do love this movie, and I feel like the more I rewatch it, the more I will like it. Yeah, I'd say like genuinely the pacing was just a little slow at first, but again, once you get into it, you definitely get into it. It's just a little bit of a marathon. You have to like kind of have to jog thoroughly throughout. Actually, I fucking lied. That analogy was ass. Never mind. But yeah, this movie is pretty strong overall. So I'm feeling a pretty strong 8 out of 10 on this. This is a good ass fucking movie. And yeah, great movie. Before we end the review entirely, I have something I just want to get off my chest. I feel like the way this movie was handled by the studio was genuinely kind of fucking like insane. Like the amount of pushbacks this was given and the fact that this movie came out on March 7th and that literally not even 2 or 3 weeks later it's going straight to streaming is kind of disgusting to me. And now I'm just speaking as a film student, Ludon, and I'm gonna rant for a little bit. Unfortunately, there's a lot of work and a lot of passion that goes into every film that's made, even the fucking horrible ones. Just look at The Room or something. The amount of effort or work that goes into a film, and for that to be written off by like a 2-week cycle in theaters and then immediately going to streaming, none of those people are going to get their money back, and the movie's going to lose money. And that quite literally that kind of boils that kind of makes me mad, mainly just because I know I want to go into the industry at a certain point. And if this is the shit that's just going on in general, I just feel like the director of Parasite can't even get his movie to be in theaters for more than like 2-3 weeks without it going not to streaming or going immediately to be purchased. Like that shit, that just kind of undermines the entire point of it, which is annoying to me. I'm gonna just finish this off by pointing to something which I feel like encapsulates everything I feel about the situation. I remember the Oscars that happened recently were fucking amazing, by the way. Conan O'Brien did a great job. I love those Oscars. There was a part of those Oscars where Sean Baker, the dude who wrote and directed Anora is fucking amazing, by the way. You should see Anora. I love Anora. He laments on how important it is to watch films in the theater whenever you get the chance, and how like that's kind of dying and people can't really feed their families. He literally says in his Oscar winning speech that if he had, like, he doesn't have kids, but if he did, he wouldn't be doing this because he knew he wouldn't be able to feed his family. And I feel like that's just unfair with the amount of hard work and effort that goes into this. So yeah, that was the only time I'll get serious for the most part. I might get serious in more reviews, but yeah, Sean Baker is my fucking GOAT. I love Sean Baker. I need to watch more of his movies. I would just say, to leave things off, people watching my videos, whenever you get the chance, go to the movies. Please, just go to the movies. If you're interested in something and you have the money and the time, go watch it. Support it, because those people who worked hours and took hours out of their time, I feel like they deserve the respect and deserve they just deserve to be paid well for what they did. So yeah, that's how I feel. And that is the filmmaker / film student's side of me talking entirely, which is the entire channel basically. But yeah, enough serious me for a sec. Not back. Let's do the outro now. So yeah, that's pretty much Mickey 17, 8 out of 10, and outro time. Alright, that's pretty much it, everybody. So if you want to, you can subscribe or leave a like. It's up to you completely. You have free will. I'll let you do that if you want to. Besides that, I am also active on Letterboxd, where I post movie reviews immediately after I watch a movie. Literally, the credits will start rolling. I pull out my phone and start typing a review because I am addicted to Letterboxd. It is the best app of all time, and there is no debate on that. Letterboxd has to be top 10 apps ever created in the history of mankind. Yeah, that wasn't an exaggeration. That's the truth. Besides that, I also have an Instagram where I post the films I do and all types of other stuff. And if you want to, you can check out the skits or short films or other movie reviews I have up on this channel. If you don't want to, that's cool too. And yeah, besides that, go to the movies, go watch more movies if you want to, or no, just watch more movies in general. And yeah, go have a good time, have fun, live your life, man. And yeah, have a good day or night, wherever you are in the world. See ya.